My character's name is Margaret Johnson, and she was born on February 27th, 1901. She was born and raised in New York City and continued to reside there until her death. She grew up with two older brothers and one younger sister, and her family never really had to worry about money issues. Her family was from the upper middle class, and she graduated high school. At the early age of 19, she booked her first job as a flapper and continued the glitz and glamour lifestyle well into her late 20s. She put up a facade of wealth and riches throughout the day, but in reality lived paycheck to paycheck and lived in an apartment with three other girls. How I came up with her character is I knew I wanted her to be a flapper, so I googled popular women's names during the 1920s, and then I went from there. The more journals that I wrote, the more of her personality and life story came to show. I tried to pick prompts that worked with popular trends or events that were happening during that time period, and that made it easier for me to write. A challenge that I overcame was including all of the SFI that I needed, and also I waited until last minute to start my journals, so I was on a time crunch. Things that I enjoyed about this project was all the creativity that everybody used to create these journals. Here is one of her journals. What are your fears and phobias? Imagine being able to feel yourself running out of air. Smoke filling the air causing you to violently cough and wheeze. Well, my fear is being trapped in a fire and burned alive. I think my fear started when I was 9 and we learned about the Great Fire of 1910. Something about all those people dying in the fires didn't sit right with me. Then, a year later, the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory had that horrendous fire killing all them women. I had friends and family who worked in that factory that burned to death or jumped. That day, I made my little sister promise that she will never work in a factory like that. My family thinks I'm a little crazy in the head because every time I go around fire, I freeze up and my heart begins to beat so fast I think it's going to rip out of my chest. Even in my line of work, I've never gotten comfortable being around lighters or cigars. I guess some things I'll never overcome. March 12th, 1927, signed Margaret Johnson.